Hello everybody, Novacore here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to write melodies. This is episode 3 of my music theory tutorial series that I've got going on my YouTube channel to help people learn about music theory, the basics of it, what to do with it, how to make your music better. I don't know. And so I made a little bit of an intro here based on chords. This was due to a failed video because I forgot to record my voice. So I will try and recreate what I did. But essentially, a lot of the melody writing tutorials that I see up on YouTube is either people ranting about melodies for some reason, or people who make a melody and then they just say, oh, that's how you write a melody, and all they do is make one. And they don't necessarily explain to you what to do when writing a melody. So with this tutorial, I'm hoping to answer a few of your concerns, make them go to rest, that kind of thing, and just teach you all the basics on how to write a good melody. Something catchy, something simple, to the point. So I'll let you guys listen to this super generic, strange chord progression intro thing that I made in like 5 minutes. And yeah, and I'll make a melody using this. Yeah, so you get the idea. Simple intro. Let me just add some sweeps. Super simple vengeance, because vengeance is a lovely, lovely thing that everyone just loves, and we all love vengeance because, yeah. Simple sweep, because I'm too lazy to make my own right now. Downlifter. That'll work fine. Lower this. Copy this. Paste this. Copy this. Bring this back. Yeah. Now I got some sweeps. Yay. Just make things flow a bit better. But yeah, back to melodies. So I'm just going to create a MIDI file here for my synth. And this synth is just a square lead. And this one here is a Nexus flute. So let's just make a melody with this synth to get things started. I think I got to start up here. Yep, I do. So what I like to do with starting melodies is start on the tonic note, or your root note, which in this case it's F. And I tend to make that like half a bar long, just to introduce people to the progression. Now, what I usually like to do is either go up or go down. I usually go up, either going to the second note or the third note, and then I'll go a note above that one. So in this case, I'll be doing F, then A flat and B flat. We can just hear how that sounds so far. I'll solo this so you don't have to hear the chords. Sounds decent so far. And just for the sake of curiosity, let's see what it sounds like this way. This is like some Water Temple by Must Die kind of melody with the G to the A flat. But this is what I'll be doing for the sake of this tutorial. And the reason why I like to keep notes close together is because jumps, large jumps, like we're talking 5 notes up, 4 notes up, whatever, they kind of tend to confuse the listener when it comes to a melody. It's like, oh, why did that note have to be there? Like, that doesn't make sense. And the notes that typically work the best with writing melodies is your first note, your third note, your fifth note, and your sixth note. And then your connecting notes, which will be notes that you would use at the end of your bars here. Or like maybe it'll be half a bar, maybe a full bar, who knows. Are your fourth and your seventh note. These just help connect your chords together and make everything glue nicely. Like if you use a different a note, it may not sound as good. I like using the fourth and seventh notes. They sound the best when connecting, in my opinion. But let's continue with this melody. So, what I usually like to do next is I'll do like a fast-paced kind of thing where I keep the notes very much close together, like so. And that's our second bar. Or we could even do this. And then after that, I will slow it back down a little bit. Just readjust my chair. Slow it back down. Bring it down again to something like this. Then I will go, someone's texting me. Then we will do something like this, and then we will go to the supertonic, or the second note, to reintroduce the next 4 bars of the progression. And then what I like to do in the next progression is bring it up to a third note. The third note of the key, which in this case, like I said, we're in F, so I'll be bringing this up to an A flat, and I will repeat the rhythm in the first bar, and then I will repeat the rhythm once again in the second bar, but this time I will bring it up a bit more. So let's bring this to an E flat, down, B flat, A flat, that kind of thing. So let's just bring it here. And then within the last bars, I will probably bring this down once again. This is a 1, 2. This is a 4-note jump or 3-note jump, whatever. So this is a D, D, E, D flat C, D flat E for repetition. And what this 7th note will do here, the E flat, is connect the full progression together, and then when we repeat this progression in the next bar, we will get a new introduction into our melody. So let's hear this with the chords and see how it sounds. So that's how it sounds with the drums, the sweeps, the plucky thingy, Virtual Riot style pluck that I just made, sidebar if you want to learn how to make it, square wave. Go to the fourth envelope, turn the level down, turn the decay down to here about, and you get a typical other kind of style pluck. Virtual Riot likes to use those, and he's awesome. So that's why I like to make his kind of stuff. And then obviously the super saws here, made him massive. 2 saws detuned. I'm at 4 voices, pitch cut off on slightly to the right. Simple kind of stuff. All I did was low pass it. Just as a quick sidebar, in case you were curious on what I did to make those for some reason. But again, that's how our melody sounds. Now once again, if you don't like a certain note, like I thought something in here sounded a bit awkward. It's this one right here. Let's bring that to an A flat. And we will bring this to an F. Yay, we made a melody. Fun. So, one thing that a lot of people like to do with their synths, as you can see with this one, 2 smooth squares, one is detuned, not detuned, pitched down an octave. One thing a lot of people like to do, that I can't talk today, is they put it on monophonic and legato triller. And I do this very rarely in dubstep, and the reason why is because I really like using harmonies within my melodies. So adding in extra notes on top of your current melody, and when you put it on monophonic and legato triller, I'm gonna play like a bunch of different notes on my keyboard right now, and you'll hear only one is gonna come out. And that's the pluck. Haha, trap sound. But yeah, you can see how it only plays one note when you're on legato triller mode with monophonic, or just monophonic in general. It'll sound like that minus the gliding. But I like to add harmonies, and I will be using the flute as my example for this because I like the way the flute harmonizes. So when adding harmonies, always try and go 2 notes above the note that you're using to introduce a harmony if you are bringing in a harmonic phrase. So this example, I am harmonizing C by adding a 3rd note from the C, which in this case is an E flat. And let me just delete that here. Gotta be in my flute. There we go. Let's solo that. I don't know why it keeps changing the thing on me, but yeah, you can hear. And that'll introduce a new harmonic phrase, like so. This is A, so F should work. This is with G, E should work. E flat, and G should work. So let's hear the way this harmonic phrase sounds. And we can kind of just bring this down like so. So I just added a harmony within my first phrase here. And what I like to do with harmonies is I did kind of sort of break my rule with this phrase, but I only did it because I thought it sounded good compared to the normal way, which would be to go up here. But I digress. So what I like to do with harmonies is when you're writing a new harmonic phrase above your melody, try and make it go reverse from your melody. So you can kind of see it starts off, this original melody goes down, but in the harmonic phrase, I'm making it go up. And then back down again right here, just because I thought it sounded good. And then from here, we're going back down to where the third note is. And from here, we're going up to the third note. So that creates this kind of phrase. As you can see, it sounds really cool. I love harmonies, always have. They just add a little bit extra to your melody. And this specific phrase will not work for this one. So, this section here. So what I will do is introduce a brand new harmonic phrase by going B flat. Oh, Ableton, you little. And what's this note here? We got it. So we'll make this a C. This should be F, so D should work with that. And then we go back like, so this is a D. So we'll make this a B. Bring this up to a C, because this is a C. Bring this back down. And as you can see, that'll complete our phrase. So for the sake of wanting to know how this gels, I will copy and paste, or just duplicate mainly, and add a sweep, because, again, we have to, because rules. So let's hear how this gels together. I'll have to bring the volume of this back up. I don't really like this note in here, so I'll delete that. It'll sound good like this anyways. So, that is the completion of our new harmonic phrase by using the flute from Nexus. If you're wondering which flute this is, it is the Highland flute from the Dance Orchestra expansion. Nobody buys Nexus anymore. There's a torrent for Nexus and a 4 shared download for the Dance Orchestra expansion. I know that's where I got it. I don't know if it's still up there, but check it out if you want. And yeah, that's the basics of writing melodies. So to sum it all up, if you want to create sliding melodies, absolutely monophonic, legato triller that shit up. It'll sound great. Remember to always use the notes that are only in the key that you're in. So in this case, I'm in F, so I only use the notes that were in F minor here. Very simple rules to follow. I'll get into breaking those rules later on with writing more complicated melodies, stuff like maybe R&B, chill out, that kind of thing. And one thing a lot of people do that's I don't recommend doing at all is they only use the notes that are in the chords when that certain chord is played. So someone who's playing an F chord will only use F, A flat, and C to play their melodies. And I don't recommend doing that because it sounds crappy. And people wonder why it sounds crappy, and that's probably why. Because you want more variety. You want a lot. Kind of a lot of stuff in your melody. Then again, some melodies are simple. This one was kind of simple because, as you can see, for the most part, yeah, we stayed relatively within 1 octave, which is good. So that keeps it nice and simple. That it's a simple melody, but it's effective for dubstep production, which is what this is. Added sub and drums. These two, the snare is the AU5 hybrid snare 19 from the Break Tweaker library, and this is Vengeance Kick 19 because Vengeance rocks. I don't know. So, I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. If you have any questions at all with melody writing or requests for melody writing, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. And depending on if I can't answer your question like in a comment, I'll make a video addressing your question, whatever you want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So subscribe for more of these. I'll be making the next video on emotional piano stuff, how to write melodies that way, how to write chords that way. Simple. So hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.